yourselves, you fired yourself. Going forward, that is what we are going to be doing, so that we get another person. Thank you.
The Honorable Member for Kalaba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Minister, the interaction of the standard officers and the schools needs to be enhanced. And for this enhancement, it calls for sufficient transport. What is your comment on the available transport to the officers? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Member of Parliament for Karabo Central. Yes, indeed, we have had a problem with the standards officers to go in the interlands because of transport. But we are making sure that we provide a lot of transport to all the standard officers in the districts. That is part of the problem that we have had, actually. And we want to ameliorate it. Thank you.
Next question, the Honorable Member for Milenge.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Question number 264.
The Honorable Minister of Health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Member of Parliament for Milenge, Honorable Chonde asks the Minister of Health in 3 parts. A, whether the government has any plans to construct a college of nursing in Milenge district. B, if so, when the plans will be implemented. And C, if there are no plans, why? Our response, Mr. Speaker, the government has no immediate plans to construct a college of nursing in the Milenge district. B, the government has no immediate plans as indicated in Part A. And Mr. Speaker, Part C falls off. However, I need to indicate here that the government has no plans or immediate plans to construct a college of nursing in Milenge because of the fiscal space, given the substantial capital investment required to establish a college of nursing. However, the House may wish to note that there are 4 government-operated colleges of nursing within proximity to Milenge. These include Mansa College of Nursing and Midwifery, Mbereshi College of Nursing and Midwifery, St. Paul's College of Nursing and Midwifery, Bangweulu College of Nursing and Midwifery. These institutions collectively serve the people of Milenge, Luapula Province, and the nation at large. Mr. Speaker, to ensure access to quality training for aspiring nurses and midwives, indeed, these people can access these colleges, or those intending to train in nursing and midwifery can access these colleges of nursing that are within vicinity. Mr. Speaker, I thank you.
The Honorable Member for Milenge.
Thank you, Minister. I appreciate, and I forgot to congratulate you. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate the new minister. However, I have a challenge when you have to feel for the people of Milenge. All the areas you have mentioned are a minimum distance of 200 kilometers. This may not necessarily be the comment because obviously your answers are clear. And it's sad that in this day and age, people have to travel up to 400 kilometers, and the economic activities of our area at Milenge, it's just starting to kick up, and there's no capacity really to access this. We would have hoped as Milenge that the government would have taken considerable attention, to give us a facility of this nature. And Minister, even as you come to that ministry, Milenge is so disadvantaged. And I want to join my colleague, the MP for Mwembeshi. In Milenge, including cleaners in that ministry, I don't know how the recruitment is done. I'm just taking advantage of the interface, Mr. Speaker, that I have with the minister. And I wish you to take note that in Milenge, in the 4 years, we have not really appreciated the recruitment of teachers, health workers, including cleaners. I wish to caution the new minister to take note of that concern in Milenge. Otherwise, the answers are clear, but we are extremely sad as a people in Milenge. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Minister want to comment?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Just to console my brother who likes calling me that you are MP wa Kumoshi, meaning, us MPs from the rural areas. Yet we understand that the government's intention is to leave no one behind, and we have an opportunity that with equity, the government has also focused on the people who represent rural areas. Mr. Speaker, these facilities that we're talking about require boarding facilities if you have to train a nurse who should be competent and efficient to handle lives. Therefore, they do not need to be day scholars. However, just a consolation to my brother and colleague, with the presidential pronouncement, just on the Youth Day when the president was in Solwezi, talked about construction of public universities in 6 provinces, including Luapula. We can take advantage, Honorable Member, that in the construction of the universities in the provinces, for example, if we have Luapula University, we can have faculties of medicine, which can include nursing school, which will come with all the necessary areas or infrastructure that is needed to train nurses and midwifery. Mr. Speaker, that kind of a faculty can have all the boarding facilities that are needed, the equipment and everything to train a nurse. Other than the presidential pronouncement, which gives us hope for the future of Milenge, we also need to engage other cooperating partners. For example, the St. Paul's College of Nursing and Midwifery, which was constructed, that is under a private entity. So we can call upon, even through this house, other private entities to invest in infrastructure like the Milenge College of Nursing. So those are other platforms. So not all hope is lost because we have a government with a vision to leave no one behind. Mr. Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. Next question, the Honorable Member for Nakonde.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Question number 265.
The Honorable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Simumba, Member of Parliament for Nakonde, asks the Minister of Education, A, when the construction of Nakonde Day Secondary School in Nakonde District will be completed, B, who the contractor for the project is, and C, what the estimated cost for the outstanding works is. Mr. Speaker, I wish to inform the House that A, the completion of the remaining works at Nakonde Day Secondary School is expected within a period of 12 months from the date of commencement of works. However, the actual completion timeline is dependent on the finalization of the re-tendering process and engagement of the contractor. The House may wish to note that the final account process for the previous contract has been concluded, and the project is currently awaiting the procurement process to re-tender the remaining works before construction can resume. B, Mr. Speaker, the contractor for the remaining works has not yet been identified. The contractor will be known after the re-tendering process is completed and the contract for the outstanding work is awarded in accordance with the public procurement procedures. And C, Mr. Speaker, at the time the previous contract was closed, the estimated cost of the outstanding works was approximately $10,999,000, However, the prevailing cost of completing the project will be determined during the re-tendering process, as the procurement exercise will establish a current market-based cost for the remaining works. Mr. Speaker, the government remains committed to ensuring that the project is completed once the procurement process is finalized. I thank you.
The Honorable Member for Nakonde.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I just wanted to find out from the Minister, because in 2023, Mr. Speaker, under your committee from this Parliament, Assurance, they informed us that in 2023, the school is going to be completed. I wanted to find out if in 2023, there was any amount that was allocated to this particular school. Mr. Speaker, I submit.
The Honorable Minister of Education.
Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't know off cuff.
Next question, the Honorable Member from Pongwe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Question number 266.
The Honorable Minister of Health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, once again. Honorable Gregor Ngowani to ask the Minister of Health, A, whether the government has any plans to construct a level 1 hospital in Pongwe parliamentary constituency. B, if so, when the plans will be implemented. C, what the estimated cost of the project is. And D, if there are no plans, why? Mr. Speaker, in Part A, government has plans to construct a level 1 hospital in Pongwe. This has been provided for in the Infrastructure Operational Plan 2026. By this plan, the Ministry will implement once Treasury makes funds available. Part B, Mr. Speaker, the plans to construct a level 1 hospital will be implemented beginning this year, 2026, once funds are made available by the Treasury. Mr. Speaker, allow me to inform the House that traditionally the hospitals have been constructed in a 3-phased manner, and in Pongwe, as required, will be definitely done in a 3-phased approach. The traditional aspect, Mr. Speaker, is that the total cost of all phases aggregating to 125 million kwacha VAT inclusive, which are broken as follows. Phase 1, outpatient department, administration block, and external works. That covers year 1. Phase 2, the mortuary, the maternity, and 4 medium cost houses, the theater and incinerator, and the external works. This covers phase 2 and also phase 3, including on average of 6 low-cost houses, 3 wards, the male, female, and the children. Mr. Speaker, the government indeed has plans as stated in C. Therefore, C falls off. Thank you.
The Honorable Member from Pongwe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Minister, Pongwe is the only district on the Copper Belt without a government hospital. We have 2 mission hospitals which were constructed way back when Pongwe had only less than 20,000 population. This time around, the population is almost 200,000. Are there any immediate plan before the construction can start so that we can reduce on the referrals to Lone Hospital? Immediate plan like buying of equipments, because the equipments at Pongwe Mission Hospital and Ibenga, St. Teresa, they have become obsolete, so that there are more referrals than any other. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Indeed, we understand the challenges, and talking of the immediate plans, we recall that we have the aspect of increased constituency development fund, which we can take advantage to increase the number of health posts, clinics, including mini hospitals. However, there's further hope because there is a program that I have found or taken up from my predecessor, that we have mini hospitals that are supposed to be constructed, I think to a tune of about 115. I just need to follow the figures and check, or the sites and check if Mpongwe is covered. If not, that is one of the immediate plans that we can explore and to make sure that that aspect is attended to. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Thank you. Next question. I have grouped questions for oral answers under Standing Orders 83 for the Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Question number 267 and 268.
I have permitted the Honorable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development to respond to question 267 and 268 as grouped questions. The Acting Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The grouped questions are as follows. Number one, to ask the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development what the name of the contractor engaged to rehabilitate the Nambuluma Chinsali Post Office Road in Chinsali District, what the cost of the project is, when the works will commence, and what the time frame for the completion is. The answer, Mr. Speaker, is as follows. The contract for the rehabilitation of Nambuluma Chinsali Post Office Road in Chinsali District has been awarded to Messrs. China Jiangxi International Economic and Technical Cooperation. The estimated cost of the project is 238,569,951.59 kwacha. The rehabilitation works commenced in the third quarter of 2025. The rehabilitation works are expected to be completed in the third quarter of 2026. The other question, Mr. Speaker, is to ask the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development whether government has any plans to rehabilitate Chinsali Mulilansolo Road in Chinsali District. If so, when plans will be implemented, and if there are no such plans, why? The government plans to rehabilitate Safwa Chinsali Mulilansolo Road in Chinsali District of Muchinga Province of Zambia. The plans will be implemented once the Treasury secures funds for the project. C, as stated above, the government has plans to rehabilitate the road of Safwa Chinsali Mulilansolo Road in Chinsali District. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Minister, thank you very much for the answer. And I took note in your answer, you indicated that the road project to construct the Chinsali Post Office to Nambuluma Road started in the third quarter of 2025, which is true, and it is expected to finish in third quarter of 2026. So I would like to find out, considering that we are now in the first quarter of 2026, we are just remaining with 2 quarters before we reach the period when we're expecting this very important road to be completed. What is the percentage of the works that have been done so far? Would you have an idea? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Acting Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Mr. Speaker, thank you, Honorable Member, thank you. Currently, the works are at around 10%. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now, Honorable Minister, I would just like to get an assurance. So the way we have only done 10% in about 6 months, and we are remaining with another 6 months, what assurance are you giving the people of Chinsali that this very important road, which is Nambluma Road or Chinsali Access Road, which comes from Nambluma to Chinsali Post Office, will be completed within the stipulated time frame of third quarter 2026?
The Acting Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Mr. Speaker, when you look at first and foremost, the time that the contract was given, that's about third quarter of 2025, and usually that is the time the onset of rains. So the works started, but because of the rains, it's been disturbed. And Mr. Speaker, you realize this is a stretch of about 15 kilometers. So if the rains subside, I think that the contractor will move quicker, and it is very possible because they have actually, they have mobilized 100%, and the advance payment has been made. So meaning that when the rains subside, Mr. Speaker, I think there will be a lot of progress. If at all they fail to hit the target, it could be reason of maybe the rains in the third quarter towards the end. So I think that for government's purposes, Mr. Speaker, monies have been paid as advance, contract 100% on site, rains going down. I think we'll be able to see a lot of progress. I submit.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for the answers. Honorable Minister, I would like now to ask on Chinsali-Mulilansolo Road, where you indicated that the government has plans to work on Chinsali-Mulilansolo Road when Treasury Authority is given. For the sake of clarity and so that I have the clear information that I should tell the people of Chinsali, what kind of road will be made on the Chinsali to Mulilansolo Road? Is it a tarmac or it is a standard gravel? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Acting Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you, Honorable Member, and thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to answer this question. So I want to assure you that government has even already costed this road. It's about 186 kilometers, Mr. Speaker. It will be constructed to bituminous standards, and the cost is about 2.5 billion kwacha. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Minister, thank you for the elaborate answer that you have provided. But I would like to find out, Honorable Minister, because you said this road can only be done or will only be done after the government makes the funds available, that is by way of Treasury Authority being given. Do we have an indication of when this is likely to be? Because I know obviously this year it is not likely to be the case. Looking at the mid-term plans, when are we looking at these works being done on this very, very important road for the people of Chinsali, which is Chinsali Post Office to Mulilansolo? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Acting Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Sometimes you get confused by the other camp. Mr. Speaker, I was just advising him on the best way to go about his politics. If you notice, Honorable Member, government has even gone to an extent of costing the road, we know the kilometers involved. So meaning, immediately, Honorable Msokotwane presses that button of Treasury Authority, as we have said, it's all systems go. So I know it's a very important road. It's one of the roads that should be done in Northern Province or in Chinga Province. So the assurance I'll give you is that looking at what has been done so far in terms of costing and everything else, it means that it is on the back of our minds as government, and we'll be able to do it. As to exactly when, may I not, this is the floor of the House, I may not give you exactly, because that would now be a government assurance. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The clerk will now read the order of the day.
The Banking and Financial Services Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025, third reading.
The Acting Honorable Minister of Finance and National Development and National Planning.
So sorry, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be now read the third time.
The question is, let the bill be read the third time. Any debate, any objection? The question is agreed to. Let the bill be read the third time.
The Banking and Financial Services Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025.
The Acting Leader of Government Business Adjournment.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the House do now adjourn.
The question is that the House now adjourns. Any debate, any objection? The question is agreed to. The House is now adjourned.
You are still watching Parliament TV. Business has been, actually the House has adjourned, so we do expect business to resume tomorrow at 09 hours. Time now to look through the business which was considered on the floor of the House today when business commenced at 14:30 hours. Madam First Deputy Speaker recognized the presence in the public gallery of students from Mukula University Debate Society in Kitwe District. Madam First Deputy Speaker did welcome the visitors to the National Assembly of Zambia. And in the other announcements, Madam Speaker did recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Elite Eagles School in Lusaka District. And Madam Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, welcomed the visitors of the National Assembly. In the other announcement, she did recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Sunshine School in Lusaka District. And Madam Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, welcomed the visitors.
And after those announcements by Madam Speaker, the acting leader of government business in the House moved a motion to suspend standing orders 27-2 and 123 of the National Assembly of Zambia standing orders 2024 to enable the House to complete all business on the order paper and all matters arising therefrom, and also to consider more than one stage of a bill on Friday, 20 March 2026. And on such completion, the House adjourns sine die, and this motion has been adopted.
Yes, indeed, after consideration of that motion, the House did consider some questions, understanding Order 80, and as well as grouped questions. And now we go through some of the questions, Martin.
Question 259, understanding Order 80, came from Lumezi Member of Parliament, Mr. Lufeyo Ngoma. He directed this question to the Minister of Energy. He wanted to find out a question in three parts. In part A, whether the government has any plans to facilitate the opening of fuel filling station in Lumezi District. The Minister of Energy said government has plans. In Part B, the Member of Parliament for Lumezi wanted to find out if so when the plans will be implemented. The Minister did say that government has started facilitating the establishment of the fuel filling station, and it will be implemented by the second quarter of 2026.
They also considered question 263 coming from Mr. Chinga Miyutu, Karabo Central Member of Parliament. He wanted to find out from the Minister of Education why Western Province has been recording the lowest examination pass rate at grade 4 level since 2021, and what the major causes of the poor performance are, and what measures the government is taking to improve academic performance in the province. The Minister did say that did attribute the lowest examination pass rates at grade 12 level since 2021. The Minister did say that it did say that Western Province did not consistently record a low pass rate since 2022, but it did add that the performance declined in 2022. And answering the question, which was the major causes of the poor performance, the Minister did attribute the poor performance to teacher shortages in critical subjects such as science and mathematics. He also said that social and economic challenges also were a contributing factor. And on measures the government is taking to improve academic performance in the province, the Minister highlights some of the measures, which include continued recruitment of teachers, upgrading of infrastructure, provision of teaching materials to schools, and expansion of education infrastructure.
Another question, this is question 261, came from Bwana Mkubwa, Member of Parliament, Mr. Warren Mwambazi. He directed this question to the Minister of Community Development and Social Services. He wanted to find out a question in three parts. In part A, when the government will fund the Kangonga Production Center in Kavu Ward in Bwana Mkubwa Parliamentary Constituency. And the Minister did say that efforts are ongoing and will be done in a phased manner. In part B, he wanted to find out what the cause of the delay in funding the center is. The Minister of Community Development and Social Services said the delay was due to inadequate funding to the Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities. And in part C, he wanted to find out what plans the government has for the development of the center. The Minister indicated that the ministry is in the process to explore ways of using CDF to make the center operational.
Mr. Mulenga, we also had a question to the Minister of Youth, Sports, and he wanted to find out whether the government has any plans to provide the following stations in Chiluvi district with sports equipment and attire. These are Chiluvi Mainland Boarding School, Chaba Secondary School, St. Charles Luanga Secondary School, Mayoka Secondary School, Muchinshi Secondary School, and Chiluvi Nursing School. And the Minister did say that the government did not have specific plans to provide equipment to the aforementioned areas. And when the implementation of the project will be done, the Minister did say that this will be implemented once government launches a rural sports program.
Question 265 came from Nakonde Member of Parliament, Mr. Lucas Simumba. He directed this question to the Minister of Education. He wanted to find out in part A when the construction of Nakonde Day Secondary School in Nakonde District will be completed. The Minister of Education said completion is expected within a period of 12 months from the day of commencement of work. And in part B, he wanted to find out who the contractor for the project is. The Minister said that the contractor of the project has not yet been identified. The contractor will only be known after the rendering process is completed. In part C, he wanted to find out what the estimated cost for the outstanding works is. He said this is approximately 10,999,000.
Yes, indeed, Matimba. So those are some of the questions which were considered on the floor of the House today.
And after consideration of the questions for oral answer understanding order 80, the House also considered two grouped questions for oral answer understanding order 83, and the House went on to consider the Banking and Financial Services Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025, which came at third reading. It was read the third time and it passed.
Wow, thank you so much, Matimba. That was business which was transacted on the floor of the House today, 19th March 2026. On behalf of my co-presenter, Matimba Bogoa, as well as our 2 sign language interpreters, Chola Kawama and Jason Manda, not forgetting everybody who was in control to ensure that you do get the happening in the house accordingly. My name is Joe Mundakatama. Continue watching Parliament TV. Good evening.
Here is an announcement. The National Assembly of Zambia wishes to inform all the candidates who attended interviews for various positions conducted between 13th November and 26th December 2025 that the recruitment and selection process has been concluded. Successful candidates have since been contacted and have been offered employment. Those who have not been contacted should consider themselves unsuccessful this time. The National Assembly of Zambia would like to thank all the applicants for their interest and participation in the recruitment process.
On Know Your Constituency, we profile one of the most prominent constituencies in the country.
The constituency is facing a lot of challenges, but the major ones are, number one, poor road network, communication network, no financial institutions, no colleges, no electricity, and inadequate infrastructure in both education and health.
bayuthi nabo onayika mulandu n'obwalwa n'abaana mayo bonse n'abaponenamu nsunko obwalwa shena nashibonawula
ekyo ndeko nkomesha ndefo obuyantanshi kuno kwanga obuchinjeko kuno mukushi is a farm block and then mukushi no turalima ko things sana so no misevo poor road networks not a challenge to kwete for trashingwana na ena.
In Mukoshi, we watch Parliament TV.
Watch Parliament TV, the TV that brings Parliament closer to our community.
Parliament TV
Keep watching Parliament Television.
Here is an announcement. The National Assembly of Zambia wishes to inform all the candidates who attended interviews for various positions conducted between 13th November and 26th December 2025 that the recruitment and selection process has been concluded. Successful candidates have since been contacted and have been offered employment. Those who have not been contacted should consider themselves unsuccessful this time. The National Assembly of Zambia would like to thank all the applicants for their interest and participation in the recruitment process.
My eParliament mobile application. My eParliament is a mobile application developed by the National Assembly of Zambia in order to bring Parliament closer to you. You can download and install My eParliament from App Store or Play Store. Once installed, you can raise your concerns, provide your input, opinion and feedback on various projects or decisions being made in your constituency. On My eParliament mobile application, you can listen to Parliament Radio. You will have access to parliamentary documents such as bills and acts which are considered in Parliament. You will also have access to National Assembly social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You can also watch parliamentary debates live on our YouTube channel. Download My eParliament now. My eParliament, bringing Parliament closer to you.
There are moments in our lives that live forever. Moments like witnessing the thunderous call of a natural wonder, or experiencing the roar of the wilderness as its residents come to life, and the lively slither of a river teeming with untamed wildlife. There are moments in our lives that live forever. Moments like experiencing the adrenaline rush of close encounters with nature's thrills. The exquisite indulgence of luxurious treats kissed by the radiance of the African sky. The rhythmic movement of a people in celebration, whose tranquility and peace touch the hearts of those they encounter. There are moments in our lives that live forever. Many of them begin here. Zambia, one destination, a million.